Mandy and this is my channel Make It So. So today is part 2 of my Florida trip, and this is all of the purchases I made that are sewing related but not fabric, because if not, my original part 1 video would have been one part of about 50 minutes long, and that is a lot to ask of anybody to sit and watch at one go. So I hope you enjoy how I've split it. So I really hope you enjoy seeing what I've bought. I'm very excited to show you, and I'll start with the patterns. So now I've shown you all the fabric, I'm going to show you what else I bought. And I bought this huge bag from Joann's, so that I've been keeping it all in there ready for when I'm showing you. So first of all, I'm going to show you all my patterns I bought, and I did buy quite a few, but in my defence they were a really good deal. So I found out that Joann's were having a week where they were selling off Simplicity patterns for $2.99, and then the following week they were selling off McCall's patterns for $2.99. Meanwhile, went in Hobby Lobby and they were selling off New Look patterns, which I'm guessing they've stopped supplying, for 99 cents. So I did go through all the ones available and pick out what I would like to find, and obviously because they were such a bargain they didn't have everything I was looking for, but I'm going to show you what I did buy. And the first one is a jumpsuit pattern, and it's a Simplicity S9125. And I'd seen this one when I was watching Angela from Devon Thread Tales, and I really loved, if I can show you on the back, the detail around the neckline of the gathering. It's better actually on the front. So I really wanted to try that pattern, and when I saw what offer it was on for, I couldn't resist that one. So that is one, and I've added these already onto Stash Hub, so I've been really good, and the magic input makes it so much easier. I could just literally, I think I had to put in what fabric was needed and that was it. So the next one is another Simplicity, and it's the 8418, and it's this jacket. And I did have a New Look version I was going to make for my daughter, but unfortunately the sizing was the smaller set of sizing that they do, and it says size 14 to 22, but that is US sizing, so for us that's more like a size 18. So I got this one with the intention of making one for her, and I've recently seen a TV series called Night Sleeper where one of the main characters was wearing a bomber jacket, and it was so different to anything I'd seen. I really wouldn't mind trying to emulate that as well. And the next one is something I thought would be good for if I'm going to Frocktails or a nice evening event, and it's the Simplicity S9010. And I really like this green one, which is View B, so I can see one of them in my future. I do like long dresses, I find it easier to accessorise then. And this one does look a bit beaten up because I've already cut it out, and you'll find out about that one very soon. And it's another Simplicity S9600, and I really like this one here, which is View B. I just like the tie detail in the middle, so I'm going to hopefully have a go at that one, and I'll be able to show you that soon. So that was my Simplicity patterns. And then after that was the McCall's event, and what I've actually done, I'm just going to try and put them in some order so I can show you what my ideas were. So another one, first of all, was McCall's, and it's another evening dress because I've got the Plymouth Frocktails to go to next year, so I thought hopefully by then I'll be able to make one of these. And I really love, it's a weird one, it's not like View A, B, C, it's different parts of the pattern, so you mix different pattern pieces to make the different views. So for example, this long one is view pattern 1, 5 and 7. But I really like that purple one, of course, but I do like the style of it. It's very elegant. So while it was on offer for that price, I think it was originally $20, so that's a real bargain, I thought I'd get it. So the next ones I've got are all McCall's again. but they're called, some of them are called Sew Now, and they're Learn to Sew. And I'm going to go through them quickly, and obviously if you don't want to see all the patterns, please skip ahead. But what I've done is, I thought it'd be good, because these are patterns designed for a beginner, I thought it'd be good to do some sew-alongs with these and show you, bearing in mind I've been sewing for a bit longer, how I deal with them and whether I find anything that could cause a hiccup for a beginner and put them off. So these are just all, there's level 1 and level 2, so I thought I'd go through them. So the first one I've got, which I really like, is the McCall's M7561, and I really like UC. And this is classed as a beginner's pattern. It doesn't say what level, but it says you learn to sew with stripes, learn to gather, and learn to do a narrow hem. So they're quite basic things, but because it is with a knit fabric, obviously that can put off some beginners. So I'm really looking forward to making that view there. So that's that one. And the next one is a level 1, and it's the McCall's M7120. And this is actually for a woven fabric, so I thought I would cover both types of fabric, wovens and knits, for beginners. On this one, it doesn't actually, oh yes it does, it says you learn to do darts and a faced neckline, so it's quite good because it takes you through all the different steps, but we will see how easy they are. So definitely liking view D or F, both of them are really nice. And the next one, I really love this one because of the type of neckline. I like rolled necks, which is why I really like Tilly and the Buttons Freya tops and dresses. And this is for a knit again. It's the M8138, and this one says you learn to attach a turtleneck and obviously stretch knit fit and exposed zipper. So that will be another good one we can do together. Then I thought I'd better do something for my husband and for all the men out there. And I know that Laura from So Very Laura currently made the View A for her Sewing Bee Challenge, and it's M7987. And I know she also had some issues with how the instructions were for the fly, I believe. This is again for a woven. So I thought we could do that one together and see what happens. And the last one is another jumpsuit, but I do like this because it's got the tie detail in the middle, and it's the M7936, and this is for woven again. But this one says that you learn a face neckline again and a fabric belt. So again, something we can do together if you're a beginner or if you just fancy some company while you're sewing. And that was my McCall's pattern. So the last ones I got were from Hobby Lobby, and I said that they were only 99 cents, so they were a real bargain. And they're all different fabrics to use, because I do find that I have a lot of knit fabric patterns, and every time I get my Think Pink box I am quite limited with what I've got for wovens. So the first one I got is actually for my daughter, and she really loves this style of jacket, and that is for a woven fabric, but the other two items are for stretch knits only. But it's the New Look 6546, and it does say easy, so I'm hoping to involve her with this one because I think that'd be lovely for her to actually be involved in the process of making that one up. And the next one I got is another jumpsuit, but again I love the middle detail. It reminds me so much of the New Look 6650 I make, my magic dress, as Carol from So Carol says. And it's this jumpsuit, and it's the N6616. So I really love the detail in the middle because it cinches in the waist, and that is one of my best parts. So I do like to show it off. And that is again for a woven. So I've got plenty of things that I could use for that now. So I just got disturbed there, so sorry if there's a major jump in my video, but someone knocked at the door and of course my dog decided to let me know. So the next one I've got is the N6600, and I really like the style of the wrap on the front, and it's a nice long flattering dress because it goes out at the waist so it doesn't skim the hips too much. So that is another woven one that I've got. So the next one I really like is the N6617, and I like the style of the neckline and the straps, so I thought that would be a lovely summer dress for next year in case I go anywhere on my holidays. And that's another woven fabric. And then I've got this one, which is actually easy just for knits, and I really like View A. I just think that's a lovely dress, and it's not too bad. It's not too fabric hungry because it only takes 3.2 meters for the largest size in here, which would be probably, I'd be a size 20 in that one anyway, and it goes up to a 22. But I think that would be really lovely as part of my capsule wardrobe for next year. And then this again is another similar one, and I think I've got a thing about tie waists. This is the N6618, and again I love that style of dress where you've got the tie in the middle, so that's another one that I will be making on my list. Now this one is actually unisex, which is why I got it, and it's classed as active wear or lounge wear, but we all know that we love getting into our loungewear when we get home, or our pyjamas sometimes, and I thought that would be a nice staple for my makes next year. They are stretch again, but I think that would be a nice one to try. I like the men's vest as well as the ladies vest on that one, so something for everyone. And then the last one I bought, yes, the last one, is the N6594, and this has got a lovely detail in the middle. You'll be able to see it there. So it's slightly different to having the tie waist, but again I like the style, I like the sleeves and the collar, so I think that would be a really lovely one to make. So they were all my purchases from Hobby Lobby, and they may look quite a lot, but if you think about it, I bought 8, so it cost me less than what a pattern would cost here. So that's really good, and I can now finally put them away in my cupboard and clear my tabletop. So now the final section, it is going to be things that I bought while I was out there, and they're not actual fabric or patterns, but they're sewing themed. So if this is something you like, please stay and watch this section, because I'm quite happy with some of the things and I can't wait to use them. But again, I've been waiting till now. So the first couple aren't sewing, I apologise after saying that, but they're to help me with my vlogs and my sewing. So I got these cable labels. I'm sure you can get them in the UK, but I thought they would be great for things like my plugs for my sewing machine, my overlocker, etc., because I am always getting confused with what plug is which when it's on the floor. And then just some little post-it labels for when I'm doing my vlogs. I can label the page I need to show you, and I'm not frantically trying to look at it quickly. Now sewing theme things. I really thought this was cute. I got this from, I believe, Hobby Lobby, and it's just this little sewing machine frame with some hooks, and I do love all my storage things, and so when I saw that for $3.99, I couldn't resist it. I am thinking of spraying it a different colour though, but we'll see. And again, this isn't quite sewing, but it's craft themed. I got these baubles and I want to make them as presents for some of my sewing friends. So when I do that, I do have a Cricut machine as well, so I will show you them because I'm quite excited about that one. I bought myself, I do love little key rings again, all sewing themed, so I really love this one. And I may have bought some similar items for gifts, but I can't show you that, but they're all in here. So they're going in my gift cupboard now, but that's the key ring. And in Hobby Lobby, they have these cute little needle sets, and they did different ones, but they've all got little magnets with them, and I just liked that pattern on there. So I've treated myself to one and maybe a few other people. I also got, now I have Prim Fray Check, and it's not the cheapest thing to buy, but it does a really good job of stopping like buttonholes and things fraying, but I thought I would try Dritz's equivalent, and you get 2 in a pack, and I think that actually worked out cheaper than one little one that we get here, so I bought some of that. And I also, talking about glue, got some fabric glue stick, which looks just like Pritt Stick, probably is, but I thought that might be good for when I'm temporarily putting bits in position like labels and things, because it won't leave a residue. So this is fabric in a way, but I really struggle to find bias binding in shops that isn't plain, and I know the first one is, but I just love this colour. It's stone blue, and you'll see how much I paid for it. It's a cotton poly mix, that one, but you get quite a lot in there. I think it's something like, yeah, 2.74 meters or 3 yards, so that should keep me going with that one. It might be something I use to bind my daughter's quilt, which I'll be talking about in a future video. And the other one I just really love because it's rainbow and it's a double fold one again. That's 100% polyester, that one, and that is another long one, 3 yards or 2.74 meters. Now another one I really wanted to get hold of, I do like, since I got my chalk pencil from Andrea in one of my subscription boxes, I really wanted to get some more. So while I was over there, I got this one. I can't remember what shops I got certain things from, it's all a blur, I put it all together unfortunately, but it's this one. You get 2, and they both have little brushes on the end so you can get rid of the mark, and you've got an eraser and you've also got a sharpener, so that's a brilliant set, and that was a really good price as well. So I thought I'd get one of those to try out, so that if I go back again I can get some more for other people once I know how good they are. And then because this was purple, of course, it's another magnetic needle case, which I thought would be great for when I go on my socials, because I have a big book of needles, but it does get a bit bulky in my case. Now again, this isn't something necessarily you'd associate with sewing, but a lot of you will probably know, especially if you're into applique or quilting, and it's some Reynolds freezer paper. Now over in the UK we can buy this, but you're looking at least £9 for a box. Over there I think it was under $4, and I should have got more, but it was quite heavy, and also the security at Orlando airport were quite intrigued in what was inside, so they did have to open my husband's case to see what it was. It's just freezer paper, but obviously they like to check, which is fair enough. Now I did treat myself, and I'm not going to get them all out, but I got some wooden letters and I got them all to spell out "Make It So." So I'm going to have a nice little craft project there as well, because I like to dabble in all sorts of crafts. And I'm nearly there, believe it or not. In this bag, another little bag that I got, which I thought would be a great gift bag for somebody because it's sewing themed. So from Joann's I also got some overlocking thread, because believe it or not, I do not have purple overlocking thread. I know, shock. So they had some, and I can't remember what the offer was now, but it worked out that I had to buy 6. I think it was buy 3 get 3 free. So I ended up getting 4 cones of purple, because that's how many my overlocker takes, and then I bought a couple of these, which I thought would be lovely, because if I show them in or put them in my needles, that will show up on top. So I thought that was a lovely colour as well. So the last 2 items I got are Christmas themed. I apologise for that, but one of them is just wired ribbon, and it was on offer. I think it had something like 70% off, and I do like to do wreaths and things at Christmas, so I thought that would come in handy. And then I do dabble in cross stitch as well, although I'm not the quickest person to finish, but I have actually just finished one that I took with me, and I just love the whole red truck theme for Christmas. So I bought this one, and I'm hoping to get this done so I can put it in my sewing room for Christmas. And that was it. So you can see why I ordered 2 extra cases to come home, because between myself and my daughter we did fill them up. Also, while I was in Florida, I had the opportunity to meet up with one of my lovely viewers, and we'd been communicating for quite a few months before I went to Florida, so it was going to be great to actually meet her in person. So I want to give a shout out to the lovely Diane, who I met up with, and we spent quite a few hours chatting over coffee, and I took over some typical British goodies for her as a gift. I took some tea bags and some Cadbury's chocolates, and I hope you enjoyed them, Diane. And you also gave me a lovely gift, and I'm just going to show everybody because it's really sweet. I love it, everything you got me, although one of the things is actually missing now. But Diane gifted me some produce and fabrics local to where she lives, and one of the things we got were some alligator jerky. There was actually one for each of us, but my husband's already been helping himself to that one, which I think he really enjoyed. And we also got a lovely fridge magnet that's going to go on my fridge now, because that's a lovely keepsake for Florida. As you know, I love going there. She also got me some wax melts. I've mentioned before in my vlogs that I have wax melts in my sewing room, so they just smell really fresh and lovely. So unfortunately you can't smell them as well, but I'll take my word for it, they're really nice. And also some golden syrup, which we absolutely love when we go out there on our pancakes. And then there was another interesting story she told me about, and it was some fabric that she gifted me, and I'm going to have to read it so I don't get it wrong. So every year in Florida there is an All Florida Shop Hop challenge held in March to April, and these fabrics are specifically designed for that challenge, and every shop that participates designs a quilt square, and that's what we've got here. So this one is from the Black Dog Quilt Shop, which I may have to discover it when I go next time, because I think that'd be lovely to see independent shops compared to Joann's and Hobby Lobby. And then she got me this, is it classed as a fat eighth, I think, of all the different animals local to Florida. So I've got one of those. And then I don't know if she'd heard me mention about seagulls before, but she also got me this one. So I'm going to try and make a fabric tray for that, so it can go into my outside cabin where all my seagull themed stuff is. So thank you so much, Diane. I really appreciate that, and it was lovely to meet you, and hopefully I will see you again soon, but I'm not telling everyone about that one yet. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I probably look like I bought the whole shop, but I did leave some for everybody else. I just want to say that I'm going to leave you with some clips of our holiday, because we did do other things other than fabric shopping. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, and if you don't already, click on the notification bell for me and it'll let you know when I've got a next video out. If you don't subscribe already, I'd love you to join my channel and help it grow, and hopefully I will see you again very soon. Take care. Bye.